Lessons from nature. Observe. Nature is neutral. There's no judgment. There's no right or wrong. There's no good and bad. There just is what is. The wind is here. The sounds are here. The weather. It's just a natural system of being, existing. And it has so much to teach us to do and be the same. Just an opportunity to pause on our life path, to look around, to see where we need to go, see if we're still headed in the right direction, or if maybe we need a U-turn. To go the other way. So, around us there are things that are dead, and then there are things that are really living and thriving, flying and soaring. We get to pick what we focus on, what's dead and no longer working, or what is soaring, taking flight. We get to take stock of where we are, notice, be mindful. Mindful is a state of active awareness. It's active. It's not necessarily a closed eye process, becoming quiet. It's an engaged process of all senses, including higher senses, knowing that we know. Trusting that we're on the right path, and that if not, our system knows how to course correct. We know how to do a U-turn. And at any moment, we can choose to grow our wings and fly and soar, see new heights. We just don't always have to stay stuck on our paths. We can rise above and just look for our issue. Get a 3,000-foot perspective on it and realize that there's so many different solutions and ways of seeing it. We can lift above it. And we can transform and transmute it. And if a U-turn is necessary, as it sometimes is in life, we can just easily course correct. Head back in the direction that we need to go. And sometimes we might have resistance. There might be a focusing on what's dead and wanting to stay stuck. But we can really choose to get back to center and head in the right turn. A U-turn doesn't mean that you go back to where you came from. What it means is that you are turning back to you. It's a U-turn, a turn within, a focusing on yourself, not focusing on external situations or goals. It's a focusing on how you want to feel inside. What are the qualities that you're seeking? How can those be manifest from within? And how do we get back to the path that leads us home? The path that brings us to home. That's where we're seeking. There's no rush to our death. There is always just a return home, right? And home is not just the heavens in which we came from, but it's the heavens within. That is really it. I believe the Buddha said you cannot know the path until you become the path. So we get to become the path we do the U-turn. We return to you, to ourselves. And we can choose the higher road. Often people want to stay stuck in the lower road. They don't want to apologize for being wrong. They don't want to be the bigger person. They're stuck in their childhood wounding, and it's really okay. Nature's not judging that. So, look at what the lower path is full of. It's full of mud that we can get stuck in. It's harder to walk that than the higher path. But we think that the higher path is harder. It's not. It may be more narrow. It may be less traveled. But it is certainly not the muddy path. So, encourage you, make a U-turn. Follow the path home to your heart and take the higher path. And as nature would say, no judgment, all love.